Hello friends, now let's start with our second program, and in this second program we are just trying to read the values from into one particular list, and in that list we are just trying to make use of sum of all the positive numbers and sum of all the negative numbers, and we are going to display the negative sum as well as positive sum. So what I am trying to do in this particular example is, first I am trying to declare one empty list. So I will declare one empty list here, and in this empty list I am not having anything right now, and I am making use of I equals to 0 because I am using this I value for the while loop. So this will act as the initializer for the while loop. The next I am trying to create one variable so that I want to read the values and limit the values of my while loop to certain extent. So I'll be reading the value in the form of one integer. So first I will use the input function and give the user as the enter the last size and convert that into integer by using the typecasting operator, that is int. Then save that particular value into limit of list. And after using this, I will make use of the while loop. Then I will just make use of I less than limit of list. So I am making use of I less than limit of list. Then num1 is equal to input a input function where I will be trying to read a number and save it inside the num1. So I can do it here itself in the form of int, right? I can just make use of int here so that it will be directly typecasting, or else I can do it in this particular fashion. So both are one and the same. So I wanted to demonstrate both the things, so I am doing it like this. Okay. So after this, what I will do is I will just make use of the function. The next what I will do is I will just make use of a while loop, and I just make use of I less than limit of list, where I is being initialized to 0 and the list size is read from the user. Then I am going to initialize num1 to that is input. So whatever I have read in this particular line is nothing but our string, and that is converted to integer in this particular line and saved it to num1. Then I am trying to append the num1, which is an integer, to the list1, which is a empty list. So like that I will be just trying to create one element inside the list called as list1. Then after that I will be using a incrementing for the while loop, that is I equals to I plus 1. Then go back to the while loop, then again do the same thing. I will just read the value, convert it into integer, then append it to the list. So I'll be just going on reading till the limit of the list is being reached. So after that what I will do is I create one more variable called as j equals to 0 because I need to run one more while loop. So what I will do is I just make use of j equals to 0, which will act as the loop value for the while loop. Then I am making use of a negative sum and the positive sum. Both are the variables which are initialized to zeros because I need to print the values of positive sum and the negative sum separately. So this is nothing but working with the list of list 1 and trying to make use of the negative sum, and I will be using both of them parallelly. It is something like parallelly working with the negative values and parallelly working with the positive values. So what I do here is I just make use of the conditional statement inside the while loop by setting the j value as the loop value or loop parameter and the limit of the list as the limit of my while loop, because the limit of the list is our while loop and that is limit of list is our size of the list. Then I just make use of if list of j, where I am trying to access the value present inside the list by using the index of that particular list. So in this first case the j value is 0, so I will be accessing list of 0. If it is less than 0, then I will be counting it, adding it to the negative sum. If it is greater than 0, then I'll be adding it to the positive sum. So after doing this, I'll be incrementing the value of the loop parameter, that is j, then continuing the loop till I'll be completing the list of all the values present inside the list, and after that I'll be printing the values separately for positive numbers in the form of positive sum and printing the value of negative numbers in the form of negative sum. So this is how this program is going to function. So let us try to run this program and check it out how exactly this is going to work. So here I am making use of enter the list size. So if I give the list size, let us say 6, then give the values 6, 2, 8, minus 6, minus 7, minus 1. So I'm just giving the random values here. Then we can see here we are getting the value 16, which is 6 plus 2 plus 8. 2 plus 8, that is 16, and minus 6 minus 7 minus 1 is nothing but 14. So this is how we are going to work with the program to find the sum of positive and the negative numbers. So one thing what I wanted to make you clear is here I am executing the programs in the Jupyter console. So there is no constraints for you people to work on the Jupyter Lab or work in the python.org software. So you can work it in any software. Only the thing is we require the output of our program and the logic of the program to be correct. So here I am making use of the Jupyter, that is Spider program. We can use even Jupyter also. We can use even the console also, but working in the console will be a little bit difficult. But we can use the Jupyter, we can use the Spider, so that it will be easy for us to understand the output using this particular program. But when we are using normal Python programs in python.org software, then the problem is we will not be having access to the extra packages which have to be there for advanced programs in Python. Like in future we'll be having some GUI programs. That GUI programs is not supported in our normal python.org program. That is, so in that software we don't have that. So for that reason I am making use of the Spider software which comes along with the anaconda.org. So this is how our program works for working with the positive and the negative numbers. Okay, so let's finish up this particular program. So thank you very much.